Okay, everybody, this is Zorn Zero here. Today we are playing Y's Origin, and this is part of the Y series. Basically, not to play the video game, but to talk about why this or why that, or why I won't do something or why I will do something. Today's topic is why I won't join your group. So let's just get a new game started. Let's just pick Hugo. So go on hard. But anyway, skipping all this. Just gonna skip it all. But while we're waiting for it, I'm gonna say that I don't join any groups because they're just not for me. There's too much baggage with joining a group. That's why I won't join one. The only group I really put myself as a part of is the gaming group, and that's mostly because I've been gaming for so long. I've played so many games. I've put a lot of time into gaming, and that's why I will accept as being as part of that group. Because just like there are toxic players, there are also good players, and if you strive to be a good player and put positivity out into the gaming realm, you generally will get positivity back. There are some people out there that are just going to be a-holes about it. They're just going to be stupid. They're just going to do whatever they can to ruin someone else's game. But generally, in my experience, if you come to people with respect, they will give you respect back as well. I've actually played this already, so that's why I'm not really reading anything. Basically, this guy wakes up next to a mysterious tree, and you come to, and they're telling you have to go to the tower to save the two angels, and that's basically what you're doing in this game, saving two angels. The thing about now, getting back to the groups, is that most groups, like, you have to ride or die for them, and if you don't understand that terminology, it means if you have to do everything, you have to put your life into this group. You have to abide by this group. Everything you do has to have the group in mind. And if you ever go have a thought that's against the group, or you don't agree with somebody else in the group that's doing the same thing, that's doing something that you might not agree with, or you don't have a 100% agreement with the group, all of a sudden you're ostracized. Sorry about that. But you're ostracized, and you're made to feel like you're the enemy, and you're a wrong person, you're a bad person. Generally, this is happening a lot more with political groups, or as they call it, or a more active term is social justice warriors, or people that are very mindful to become PC or politically correct. And that goes along with people that are super into feminism, people that are super into SJWism, or a lot of people like in Black Lives Matter, or other organizations that say they advocate for equality. And at first it seems like they are trying to, but then it starts to devolve into just chaos and hatred on other people. Not to say that there aren't people within the groups that are trying to do better and do good. It's just saying that in general, their overall group is hurt by the most attention that they get, which is usually negative. Examples of this could be like in the gaming realm, at least, if you're familiar with her. Her name is Anita Sarkeesian. She's a very prominent gaming feminist. A lot of people within the gaming sphere wouldn't even call her a real gamer, because she has admitted in the past that she didn't like video games. Her opinion may have changed now, but generally she has this video series which isn't very, I'm not going to say not good, but it's not very factual when it comes to the games. But for now, I think that will be it, because I'm going to have to record this. And that's it. Okay, we're back. Sorry, there's a small delay in this loading. It was kind of weird. But now I'm back with with my thoughts about it. Anita Sarkeesian. was the last thing I was speaking about. And personally, I don't really know her as a person. I haven't met her in real life, so I can't really say anything about her on a personal level. But as far as the product that she brings to the table in the gaming community, it's not good. It's a very bad product. She misconstrues things and also angles things to make them look negative when they're not actually. And she does not do anything to allow for criticism. Anytime somebody criticizes her, she often will say that that is harassment and tell people that she is being harassed and being threatened by people, even though their harassment isn't actually harassment; it may be criticism. And there's not to say that there aren't people that are very much harassers, but en masse, it's mostly people trying to criticizing what she has to say, and not all of it is because she is a woman. There are some that, like, let's not lie, there are bad people in every sphere, and people will just look for a reason to hurt you. But she uses that as a way to ignore other people, just like other groups also do. And especially these groups that are advocating for equality, as they say, will completely demonize people that aren't in their camp, and also group people that have valid criticisms against them within a group of people that are just nut jobs. I, for one, that's why I'm not even a part, even though I'm a gamer, I'm not a part of the Gamergate movement. That's why, even though there are certain circumstances in my life, I'm not a part of any other quote-unquote special movements or activist things, because I know that with all these groups, there's always that one thing that brings them down, trying to force other people to bend to their will. And a lot of this stuff is, when it comes to these group mentalities, if you're not in their group, you're automatically against them, you're automatically the worst of the worst. And I don't believe in that. I believe each person is their own person, and you can't blame one person for their ancestors or anything. You can't blame them for things that happened in the past. You can only treat them how they treat you. That's why I don't care if somebody was murdered 100 people in the past. Granted, I'll be careful around them, but at the same time, if they show me nothing but love and respect, and they do what they can to be a good person towards me, I will do what I can to be a good person towards them, because that is something that they at least deserve. They at least deserve to be treated well, and especially if they treat me well. And that's my number one thing. That's why I don't associate with groups, because they will treat people badly just because they don't share the same opinion, and I'm not like that. If someone steps to me with respect and open-mindedness, I'll step to them with respect and open-mindedness. Just because they don't change my opinion or I don't change theirs does not mean that we have to be enemies. And I feel like a lot of these groups out there they're just under the mindset where if you don't bend to our will, you're automatically an enemy. You're automatically someone we have to take down. You're part of the system that's holding us down. And the reason I'm aware of this is because of my history and all the things that I've experienced through life, and the negatives and the positives. But as a general thing, sorry about that, accidentally clicked out. But as a general thing, when it comes to groups, if you're in a group, try to be as positive as possible. Don't make everyone your enemy. Don't do that. Don't make everyone your enemy. Don't do things to hurt other people. And try your best to bring a positive influence into your group. And also call people out. If you see their double standards, that people are doing negative things, call them out. Don't just sit there and try to excuse it away or try to push it under the rug. You need to let people know that they're not doing the correct thing. If they're doing bad things, let them know. If they're not doing bad things, then you don't need to mess with them. But in all actuality, these people will excuse someone for they'll excuse some people, but they won't excuse their opposition. Like, if somebody on the opposite side does the exact same thing that they did, they won't hold their person accountable, but they will hold the opposition accountable. And I think this is where I'll stop. I'm not sure how long this has been going for. I don't really have a timer yet. But you know what? I'll just finish this part up real quick, and then I will be stopping the video. But let's get back to why I am a gamer, because that is my moniker as far as it comes to when as far as any group that I'm willing to advocate for, it's gaming. And because gaming can be very positive. There's so many types of gamers: men, women, girls, boys, old people, young people. Maybe not so many old people, but we're starting to get gamers are starting to get older, and they're starting to have more people in the mainstream, and it's starting to become more of a thing, which is great. Which will mean that the technology for gaming will increase, but it also means the negative things, which means that there are certain things that I don't like about mainstream gaming that will come to the forefront, like mobile games. Not really a fan of those, but I understand why there's so many of them, because people enjoy them. And that's pretty much it. Now, let me just get back to the save thing and end the video there, and let you out with a little song, special song actually, that I'm going to have or try to put in there from now on. But for now, I'll see you later. This is Sorrent Zero, and I will be signing off.
Zero to hero, in no time flat. Zero to hero, just like that.